Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about yellow fungus that has been found today in UP. One case has been reported in Ghaziabad, UP, and that has been reported by an ENT specialist. He has told that a patient who had black fungus as well as white fungus has yellow fungus also. Okay, so what is yellow fungus? Meanwhile, the central government has already declared mucormycosis or black fungus as an epidemic and directed all the states to make it a notifiable disease under the Epidemic Disease Act 1897. So, who is at risk of these fungal infections? Those who are having less immunity, or those who are under any immunosuppressants like um, those who have undergone a organ transplants. So they will be taking immunosuppressant medications to avoid organ rejection. So they'll be at risk, as well as those who are having uncontrolled blood sugar level. They are at risk of developing all these fungal infections. Then comes those who are having less hygiene. So these are the people mainly at risk of developing all these fungal infections. So what are the signs and symptoms of this yellow fungus? Disrupted digestion, slow metabolism, unexplained or unusual weight loss, pus leakage, loss of appetite or anorexia, and malnutrition, scrawny sunken eyes, lack of energy or fatigue, and necrosis that occurs in severe cases, delayed healing of wounds, and prolonged recovery from the disease. So these symptoms occur mainly in the patients with yellow fungus, and these fungal infections are seen nowadays in patients recovering after COVID-19, or those who are having COVID-19 because of the compromised immunity they are having. So that's why they are at risk of developing fungus. So now we have seen the signs and symptoms of yellow fungus. So is it contagious? No, it's not contagious. Or it means that it is not transferred from one person to another. It is not transferred from the infected person to the other person if they come close to them or sit near them. It is not contagious. The spores are found everywhere in the air or in the environment, but who gets infected is important. Those who are having the compromised immune status gets infected. Okay, otherwise the spores or the fungus gets destroyed in the body of the person, because we have enough lymphocytes or WBCs that acts as a protector protection for us. Okay, and those who are having compromised immune status, like those who are having low WBC cells or neutropenia, for those who have undergone chemotherapy, and for those who have undergone stem cell transplants and organ transplants, and those who are having compromised blood sugar levels, they are having more risk of developing this infection. So it's not contagious, but the people, those who are having compromised immunity, are at risk of developing this infection. And how can we prevent it? So, a good blood sugar control helps us to prevent the infection a lot. And next is using masks or respirators. While using masks, it's very important to know that while we use cloth mask, it is uh, advised to wash it daily and dry it in direct sunlight and then use the cloth mask. And if you are using a surgical mask, um, it is not reusable, and it should be discarded after each use. And if at all you are using the mask, you have to wash it and then use. And you have to use N95 mask whenever you are going to area having, like those buildings where works are going on, or if you're going to some excavation sites, then you have to use a N95 mask to avoid inhalation of those pores. Okay, and those who are dealing with soil or manure or moss, in those cases you have to use mask as well as heavy duty gloves and gum boots to avoid contact with those pores. And always you have hygienic food, and do not use the rotten food for consumption, and use coveralls as I have already explained. And you always control the OTC medications or over the counter medications use. And during this COVID-19, many people were taking steroids by themselves without consulting a doctor. So, long-term use of steroid has been found as a risk factor for developing all these fungal infections. So, long-term use of steroid will reduce the immunity or suppress the immunity. That's why you have to take medications only with the prescription of a physician. And next is having a balanced diet. Having a balanced diet is very important to prevent any infections. Include probiotics such as curd and cheese. All these has to be included in your diet in order to have good immunity. And other point is having clean oxygen ports, or the the tubings that are being used for oxygen delivery, that has to be clean or sterile whenever you are taking for the first time. Okay, and it should not be given to other person. One person should have one oxygen tube. And the water that is used for humidification of oxygen, that should be a distilled water whenever possible, because through that also you can transmit infections. And next is having good hygiene. Always have a clean body so that you will not contract any diseases. So these are the main methods to prevent these fungal infections. Okay. So finally, how to treat these fungal infections? That is by antifungal medications such as amphotericin B. So these are the medications for all the fungal infections. But whenever you take antifungal medications, you have to take a prescription of a doctor and then only use these medications. So hope you have got some idea regarding the fungal infections and how to prevent it. So always be careful, and I wish you all good health, and stay tuned with me for more updates. Thank you so much, and subscribe to my channel if you find it useful. Thank you.